Hello everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode. And today we are in Kilimani area, and I definitely want to show you around. But let me first join the main road. And as you can see, this is not your ordinary town. This is an urban center, a modern one for that matter. And in fact, Kilimani is located approximately 5 kilometers west of Nairobi Central Business District. And so we are still within the capital. And another interesting thing about this place is that the State House Nairobi, which is the sitting residence of the President of Kenya, is located in Kilimani area. And so I can assure you that this is going to be an exciting video. I will also be taking you around. We will visit the neighboring hoods such as Kileleshwa and Mudhangari. We will also visit some parts of Lavington. And as you all know, all these are leafy suburbs. I will also be giving you some nice statistics about this area, so stick around. But before then, let me take this opportunity to welcome you to our YouTube channel, Village to Town, a channel that is dedicated to continue showcasing beautiful villages, towns, and cities across the continent of Africa. We are dedicated to visit and document every part of this continent, and so to be part of the team, kindly subscribe to this channel. Show some love. It's absolutely free. Now back to the video. And for those of you who are quite familiar with this area, I'm around the Yaya Center, which is actually one of the oldest shopping malls in Nairobi. And for the old-timers in the building, we all know that the mall was associated with one Nicholas Biwott, who was one of the most powerful men during President Moi's regime. And in fact, some of you refer to him as the hand of the president. I'm also told that he used to call himself as the Total Man, maybe because he was so powerful. But now that part of history, as the guy died a few years ago. And so we can say that he belongs to the ages. Nothing is permanent on this world. Just a reminder. Well, enough with the Total Man stories. And as you can see, it's a beautiful day in a beautiful town. Yesterday was quite chaotic. There were riots across the country by young people. They are referring to themselves as Gen Z. And I'm told that they even managed to break into the Kenyan parliament, which is not far from here. And as an old-timer, I can say that that was a new one. And as a part of the older generations, mine is to wish you luck and take care of yourselves. The future of a country is vested on the hands of the youths. One thing you should note about Kilimani is that the neighborhood was established among other earliest neighborhoods as a whites-only residential area, and this was by the British colonialists who ruled the country in most part of the 20th century. But history goes that it was not until the 1960s when the area was racially integrated, allowing other people to move in, especially the blacks and the Indians. And of course, currently the whites are the minority. Since its establishment, Kilimani has always been a low-density residential area, but this started changing slowly in the 2000s as it became increasingly a high-density, mixed residential and commercial area. And so moving around, you can spot some beautiful apartments. There are also both retail shops and offices. And this has led some people to start calling this area as a vertical slum, as most of these buildings are built against the city bylaws. And as you know that the fact that Kilimani was originally designed as a low-density residential area means that the high-rise buildings are overburdening the existing infrastructures. And the most affected are the sewage systems and the roads. And this explains why you are more likely to experience traffic jam if you visit Kilimani throughout the day. And there is also an upcoming menace, which is the increasing number of nightclubs in the area. Well, the area is home to a good number of Kenyan celebrities. Most of them prefer Kilimani due to its close proximity to the city. And one of these celebrities, as I told you earlier, is the President of the Republic of Kenya. Well, his official residence is in Kilimani, which is along State House Road. Also, the former President of the Republic of Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta, lives next to State House. And so you can see the kind of people who lives here. And so if you want to rub shoulders with the mighties and who is who in this country, you better move into Kilimani. Well, this takes us to the real estate segment, and this is one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Nairobi. We can also safely say in Kenya, since Nairobi is the capital. And most people here prefer to rent houses rather than owning homes, as buying a house here is a bit expensive. In terms of renting, I saw a 3-bedroom apartment going for 120,000 Kenya shillings, which is approximately $1,000 per month. I also saw a 2-bedroom apartment going for 85,000 Kenya shillings, and a bedsitter, which you can refer to as a studio apartment, going for 25,000 Kenya shillings. And so you can see the pricing is a bit expensive, especially considering that is monthly payment. In fact, such kind of cash can get you land in some part of this country. But that boils down to cash inflow and your taste and preferences. But of course, I would like to know your genuine opinion on this. Would you consider living here and paying such an amount? Just tell us on the comment section down below. And of course, tell us the reason why or why not. Kilimani also has a number of interesting places and social amenities, including parks and shopping malls. For instance, the Nairobi Arboretum, which features more than 300 exotic and indigenous trees, is located here, just next to State House. Also, Adams Arcade, which is considered as the oldest shopping center of its kind in Nairobi and East and Central Africa, is located here. The shopping center is quite unique. I will take you there someday. And it was established in 1954 but completed in 1959 by one Abdul Habib Adam. What a name. Administratively, Kilimani is located in the Dagoretti North constituency, which is one of the 17 constituencies in Nairobi. And another thing that you should note is that the Dagoretti North constituency is part of the Westlands sub-county. I'll be giving you some interesting numbers about that sub-county in a few, but it is also good to acknowledge that Kilimani is also a ward in Dagoretti North alongside other 4, which include Kawangware, Gatina, Kileleshwa, and Kabiro. Well, for those of you who understand Kikuyu language, there was a nasty word there, and I wonder how will someone name a place after such a name. That's a story for another day, but if you understand where the name Gatina came from, you can as well tell us on the comment section below and why the name. I want to give you a few numbers about this area, and Kilimani has a total population of 50,467 people. 23,609 are men, while 28,845 are women. That's definitely the larger Kilimani area, which include Kilimani and Maziwa area. And in terms of population density, there are 3,149 people living in a square kilometer. On gender distribution, the number of women, as you have seen, it's a bit higher. In fact, there are about 3,000 more women than men. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have seen on the screen, I'm now in the Lavington area, which is not far from Kilimani area. And this is one of the oldest leafy suburbs in Nairobi city. And it has remained a low density area for the longest time. On the lower side of this area, you can find nice mansions on standalone compounds. And I saw one going for 350,000 Kenya shillings. That's rent per month. But on the upper side of the estate, especially from the Gitanga Road, That is the road that goes directly to Kawangware. For those who knows this area, you can get nice apartments. And on average, to get a 3-bedroom apartment, you'll need about 100,000 Kenya shillings per month. Largely, this place is called Muthangari. In fact, I've just passed Muthangari police station. It's quite popular. And in terms of population, the area has a total population of 10,297 people. 4,847 are men, while 5,450 are women. Well, this is a super rich neighborhood and has 3,528 households. And in terms of the population density, there are 2,672 people living in a square kilometer. The entire Lavington area, it's about 3.9 kilometers squared. That's according to the Kenyan Bureau of Statistics. It's a quite small place. You can do your maths. So it's about 2 kilometers long and 2 kilometers wide. Although I'm sure it's not a perfect square, but with that kind of a population density, this tells you that definitely this is a rich neighborhood. Well, Lavington Shopping Center is just a few meters from here. In fact, I can see it from where I sit. But I'm not going there today. I'll be turning left toward Kileleshwa Estate, which neighbors Kilimani to the east. It is also good to know that the 3 estates that I have just mentioned, which include Lavington, Kileleshwa, and Kilimani, are all in Kilimani ward, which is definitely one of the richest wards in the country as far as per capita income is concerned. Well, the ward has a total population of 82,970 people, 38,212 being men, while 44,748 being women. A total of 24,500 households and a population density of 3,302 people per square kilometer. Regarding Kileleshwa, which is the area we are in, it has a total population of 22,216. 9,761 are men, while 12,453 are women. And remember, the area was initially a planned estate, but currently there are high-rise apartments. And of course, this has not gone so well with the older residents, as they have voiced their objections to this, as a majority of them feels like the county government is trying to make this area a concrete slum in the future. In fact, in March 2024, Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja proposed a rezoning which would allow for the construction of buildings of up to 75 floors in Kilimani, Kileleshwa, and Lavington estates. And so I'm sure these areas are about to become quite chaotic in future. You can imagine a 75-floor residential apartment in this area, which was once a leafy suburb. Well, I want to give you more numbers about the Westland sub-county. Remember I told you that Dagoretti North is part of this great sub-county, and there are interesting numbers here. And to start with, the area has a total population of 308,854 people, and that is as of 2024. And in 2009, the area had a total population of 247,000 people. And you can see that's an increase of about 60,000 people in 10 years. Well, in terms of population density, Westlands sub-county has a 3,168 people living in a square kilometer. And the Kenyan Bureau of Statistics argue that the annual population change for this area is 2.3% per year. Regarding gender distribution, 50.2% of the total population are women, while 49.8% are men, and in terms of the intersex, they are only 15. Another piece of statistics that I found to be quite interesting is on age groups. And as always, the age distribution in the city is quite interesting, as those aged 0 to 14 in the sub-county account for 25.3%, and those aged 65 and above are only 12,312, which is about 4% of the total population, which is definitely not news as the aging population in the city is decreasing at a diminishing rate. Well, let me leave you at that. Make sure you watch the scenic video until the end. Show some love by subscribing to this YouTube channel and like the video so that it can be recommended to as many people as possible. Smash the notification bell so that every time we post, you'll be among the first few people to be notified. Also keep the conversation going down on the comment section below. Tell us what do you think about today's video. Will you consider living here in Kileleshwa, Kilimani, or Lavington? And also if you come from this area or you are quite familiar with it, leave a fact or two about your hood. Tell us how is it living here? How is the security, food prices and stuff? And what is the future of land value? Also for Team Village to Town TV, thank you for the continued love and support. Thank you.